Alright guys, let's talk noun clauses. The sound you're about to hear is the sound of a Dr. Pepper opening. Oh yeah. And noun clauses are second of our three subordinate clauses. And as you might guess by the name, it is a subordinate clause that can be used as a noun. This means the entire clause could be a subject, could be a direct object, indirect object, predicate nominative, or object of the preposition. So it's a pretty cool thing. Now, there are many noun clause marking words. I think at least 10 or so, maybe even more. So I don't put them all down in the PowerPoint. Page 99 of the grammar book, you can find them. Now, whether you want to jot them down in a grammar book in class, or whether you want to access the grammar book online, that's up to you. But look at them and do have them down, okay? Okay, as the slide title tells you, I teach you guys something, and then I wind up having to teach you exceptions to rules, and here we go. Remember when I told you that there had to be an independent clause in every sentence? Well, certain noun clauses can mess with this, okay? Look at the bullet, what Garrett Morgan invented. What Garrett Morgan invented in 1923 was the earliest traffic signal. Okay. I see one verb invented. Who invented Garrett Morgan? I see another verb, was. Now, what's the subject of was? Think about that. I'm going to pause to let you look around here. Well, a noun clause can be any function. So, the subject of was is what Garrett Morgan invented in 1923. That noun clause is the subject of was. So when you have noun clauses that do that, technically you have two subordinate clauses that kind of connect to make an independent clause. But that's the only time you won't have an independent clause that's obvious in a sentence. If that's a little abstract to you, make sure you mention that to me, okay? Because it's important you get that one down, just because obviously these sorts of things could pop up on a quiz. The second bullet, Pilar's reason for being late was that she had overslept. That she had overslept is the noun clause. Yes, that can mark a noun clause just like it does an adjective clause. And that is a predicate nominative for reason. Reason was that she had overslept. Okay? Ooh, I don't like that shadowy thing. I didn't know I had that. We can never predict whether or not Mr. Miller will use photo booth in a productive manner. I'm going to go back and see if this is productive. Well, at least it's got him playing with the technology by using the effects in photo booth, but productive, I don't know. All right, so what do we have here? We can never predict, that is your independent clause, whether is a noun clause marking word, whether or not Mr. Miller will use photo booth in a productive manner. What function is the noun clause? Is it a subject? Is it a direct object, indirect object, predicate nominative, or object of the preposition? This is kind of like Dora the Explorer, where I ask you a question and you answer me. Direct object, right. He understands why that was our first question. He understands two-word clause, legal, subject, verb. It's independent. Why, that was our first question. That subject was verb. Why, noun clause marking word. What function? Do you know why that was our first question is? What function does it have? Since understands is a action verb, it too is a direct object. And Mr. Perkins did not tell us what the band would be playing during the halftime show. Mr. Perkins did tell. It's one subject verb. Band would be playing. That's another subject verb. Hey-o. Mr. Perkins did not tell us, independent clause, what the band would be playing during the halftime show. Noun clause. And that functions as a direct object. What the band would be playing during the halftime show is what Mr. Perkins did not tell. And he did not tell that to us. So us is actually the indirect object. Now you see why we did chapter 2. Everyone nods. Yes. Oh, Mr. Ayers, you're so wise. Hey. A few more examples. The Western Pennsylvania ogre is why I can't sleep at night. There he is. You guys heard about that Western Pennsylvania ogre? Some people say urban legend, but as you can see with my photo evidence here, it is definitely not an urban legend. All right, why I can't sleep at night is your noun clause. The Western Pennsylvania ogre is your independent clause. What function does the noun clause have? Hopefully you saw that linking verb is, and know that why I can't sleep at night is a predicate nominative. I must admit that I cannot get enough Miller in my PowerPoints. Yes, he's a happy boy. And that was the picture on the grammar quiz. Recycle, why not? I must admit, independent clause, that I cannot get enough Miller in my PowerPoints. Noun clause. Function of that noun clause is admit as an action verb, so the noun clause must be a direct object. And finally, how he found the effects button is a mystery to me. Whoa, that's radiant Miller. Oh, that's like the Miller you pray to. Oh, my Lord Miller, we're having drought and the crops aren't growing. He looks like a pretty benevolent God. How he found the effects option, noun clause, is a mystery to me. Independent clause, but only once you add the noun clause, because how he found the effects option is the subject of is a mystery to me. How is a noun clause marking word. Oh, adverb clauses. We're going to cut there. All right, ladies and gents. So that's the noun clause. Again, check those marking words on page 99. Check them before you go on to the first noun clause exercise, which is going to follow this. It's okay, Sarai. Thank you.